Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 10 minutes until landing video. This time I am going to do something incredibly different to what I normally do, although not so different in that we are still on a flight simulator and we are still going to do a landing. It's just that if I go into the options and I go into controls, I have plugged in an Xbox controller, so a control pad for the computer, and the idea today or in this video is to work out how viable it is to try and fly and land aircraft in a flight simulator using the gamepad. So for this challenge I'm going to try a short flight. I'm going to do the a flight in America because I'm going to make use of that recent USA world update, and I am going from a regional airport to Dallas Fort Worth International, which should be a relatively short flight, enough for me to try and review the controls and see how the experience is. So without further ado, let's give this a fly. Okay, so funnily enough, my first discovery has nothing to do with the controller. It is that I've decided, or didn't decide, to pick which aircraft I was going to fly in, which means I am trying to take off at a regional airport using a control pad in a Boeing 747. Now that I'm here, I don't have any plans on changing that. Let's just give it a go, see how we do. So looks like our flaps are set. I will just use the mouse. I will be using a keyboard and mouse because I use that when I am using a joystick anyway, so it's only fair that I extend the same privilege to the controller. So I will set 6,000 as our takeoff target altitude, and we'll go for 240 to keep us within parameters for airspeed taking off. We'll take the parking brake off and I will hold the A button to get us up to full throttle. Fantastic. Rudders are controlled by shoulder buttons, so I will be using that as I take off to make sure that we are center line on takeoff. They're not fantastic, I must say. So we are taking off, starting to see a positive rate. Really pruning those trees. Positive rate at 1000. Take that gear up, and I will allocate us some speed. We're on a speed hold.
On-view departure Boeing Alpha Sierra 747 is at 1,700 feet, climbing 6,000 feet.
And I will
747 Longview departure, continue to OUTO and as planned. Altimeter 29er,
let the autopilot start helping us with our climb.
Maintain 12,000 feet, keep speed below 290 knots.
Okay, well there's not much to talk about now, so I will probably reconvene when we get to approach and landing, and my intention is to completely use the gamepad in order to do both. Okay, so welcome back. We are now on the approach phase, and I'm not going to lie, I don't really fancy our chances here. We have a lot of fog. I am pretty much stick flying this thing now, and I cannot see the runway. So it's just us contesting with the wind, which there is a lot, and yeah, we're just flying blind. So
Make straight in runway tree 6 right, Boeing 747.
just making sure I line up. Oh, okay. That's quite fortunate. As soon as I thought I was flying blind, the heavens have opened up, and I think I can see the runway up ahead. I think so anyway. So let's see if we can line ourselves up with the magenta diamonds. We'll set our auto brake to 3, and oh, there, yeah, that's the runway. I will use this view so we can see what's going on. So I'm putting a lot of downward pressure on the gamepad at the moment because I don't know how to use the trim in all honesty. So that's us, and I am now going to take the auto throttle off because yeah, that's fine, because we want the full-on authentic gamepad experience. We do have crosswind. We have 12 knots of wind left to right, as you can see in the central instrument panel, but I think we can try our best to make this landing regardless. Just tapping B a few times to reduce the speed. No idea what the throttle levers are set to, because I can't see them, and nor do I want to actually take a glance down while I'm trying to line up this approach. So that's a definite downside of the controller. I am able to line this up relatively well in spite of the crosswind. There's a bit of crabbing going on here, but all good fun. I'll increase my throttle a bit. Want to lose sight of that airspeed. Oh, a bit high. Lower that nose a bit. Lower that nose a little bit more. Not doing too badly, all things considered. Inner marker. And I am going to go full idle.
40, 30, 20, 10.
And that's our landing. Oof. Reversers go in. That wasn't too bad. Let's turn off.
Boeing 747, turn next taxiway.
There's force feedback on this. It's fantastic.
747 contact ground on 128.825.
Bring those flaps up. We will find a space to park up. Okay, so rather awkwardly there are no places for me to park this 747 anywhere nearby. So in order to not spend most of the video trying to find a parking spot, we'll do our final closing thoughts here. I think the controller is a an absolutely viable way of of playing flight simulator and flying aircraft. Would we see the captain and co-pilot looking like they're playing an arcade game in front of the windscreen, flying the plane? Absolutely not. I think the flight controls that we know and love are here to stay. If I had a choice between the control pad or the joystick, what would I go for? The answer is simple and it's very easy. It is going to be the joystick or the flight yoke. One thing I would say though, if I could, if they could incorporate some of the force feedback that they've put into the controller, which is absolutely fantastic. I could tell as soon as the landing gears hit the runway, it would be fantastic. And if they could also include the analog stick for viewing, for changing your view in the cockpit, that is also an incredible function of the control pad that could be brought to most modern enthusiast simulator equipment. So can you fly Flight Simulator with a control pad, which was the question we asked at the start of this video? The answer is absolutely yes. Do I recommend it? Yes, actually I do. If you've got one, plug it in, give it a go. It gives it an absolutely different dimension, if only for the force feedback. That's it. I've got not much else to talk about. What are your thoughts? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you've got any kind of videos or tutorials on how to use the control pad a lot better than I have done, then feel free to share them. As always, thank you very much for joining me along for this ride. I will see you in the next video.